Spotlight Live Event. Host, Shah Fazli. Guest, Paige Blue. Shah Fazli Paige Blue, welcome to Spotlight. How are you today? And tell us please what excites you in life. What do you enjoy doing? Let's put it in this way. What makes you busy the most in life? Family, hobbies, writing. Paige Blue, writing for sure. But work is a big time suck too. When I'm not doing that, I love my kids, cats, garden and sailing. Shah Fazli, thanks. What do you mainly write? In which genre, I mean? Paige Blue, yeah, fantasy for now. My first novel is a series and is paranormal romance. Who knows though, I may branch out. I'm a bit of a free bird really. I have a lot going on up there in my brain space. Shah Fazli, how many books do you have in your name so far? 1, 2, can you name them for us please? Paige Blue, 1 so far. It is the first novel in a series that will be 5 long when complete. Finding Summerland Volume 1 of the Amarine Chronicles. I have way more published work, but it was written when I was a ghost writer. I don't take credit for it, but it's out there. Shah Fazli, Finding Summerland. What does it mean? Let's hear it from you please. Paige Blue, well, it can mean many things even to me. But to sum it up, it is finding oneself. That is what heaven really is. The peace in knowing self. Summerland is heaven. Shah Fazli, I heard from many fantasy writers that everyone has got his own fantasy. Can you tell us what do you fantasize in your writings please? Paige Blue, I could, but it would take an hour. Mostly I marvel over fantasy that is plausible to me. In my novel, for example, I can believe it would be possible. I feel there is a big world out there just beyond the veil of our perceptions and paradigms. Shah Fazli, true, thanks a lot. Now tell us briefly about Finding Summerland. What is this book about? Paige Blue, it is about the life of a misunderstood, wealthy, high school misfit named Wesley. His struggle to come to terms with the disappearance of his older brother Channing, who is Wesley's world. In the process, he begins to discover things about himself with the help of a mysterious girl named Olivia. That is where the real story of Wes begins. She shows him another world. Shah Fazli, tell us a little more about your main characters in the book please. Paige Blue, he is complex. Born into a world of affluence, but hates the attention and the lifestyle. He struggles with learning disabilities and speech delays. He doesn't fit the perfect mold. He spends most of his time with his best friend Wyatt, who understands him, or playing his guitar alone, waiting for the day he can make his escape. Shah Fazli, you said Summerland means heaven. Is the story anything to do with heaven? What can you tell us about this please? Paige Blue, depends on how you look at it. For the protagonist Wesley, he has been tortured with wondering the truth his whole life. He knows there is something different about him. Olivia is like a missing puzzle piece and helps him discover his truth. So in that regard it is like heaven, but here on earth, not in a fluffy, white cloud sense. Shah Fazli, in which way do you call this story a fantasy? Tell us a little bit about that please. Paige Blue, spoiler alert. The fantasy aspect is multi-layered. For starters, Olivia is only half human. She is descended from Atlantans, and is part of an ancient race called Amarines. What we have now come to call mermaids, but they are not exactly how we imagine. There are other species involved as well, and hybrid species. A war of the bloodlines, if you will. That's why it needed to be 5 books. It's very complicated explaining how it all ties together. I needed lots of pages. Shah Fazli, thanks. Now read from your book please. Paige Blue, this can't be happening. I thought, petrified and grief-stricken. This was supposed to be a happy day. Just hours ago we were having a blast. The thought was short-lived, as I hunched over, a dull ache throbbing in my side. I pulled my hand up and pushed on my rib. It felt better for a second. Then Wyatt lunged at me again. What are you doing? I shouted desperately. I know you can hear me. Just listen. He stepped back a minute and I thought I was getting through. His eyes glimmered as he studied my face, then callously, methodically shifted his glance to the wound he had just inflicted. I expected to see remorse. Surely it must be sinking in what he'd done as he studied my red, sopping shirt. But all I saw was emptiness and rage. A bitter shadow of the person he was. My best BUDDYHELL bent on killing me. This isn't what you want. I started as he stood still for a short time. Just moments earlier he had been chasing me wildly, incoherently screaming at me about who he was, and how I had chosen this for myself. But now he just seemed paralyzed in some twisted trance. And I knew it wasn't his fault. I couldn't kill him, even though I knew it was my job. After all, he had lost his humanity. I was supposed to accept that he was already a Horlock. The fact that he was trying to kill me should have ended it. But it didn't. It was just too painful. Not Wyatt. Anyone but Wyatt. Shah Fazli, thanks. When was this book published and how have been the readers' feedback, please? Page Blue just published last month. So far the feedback has been great. It's been interesting to hear from readers. I have younger ones who like the supernatural, romance aspect, but older ones who actually see the metaphors. That makes me smile. It can be read by two totally different types of readers and they will get alternative perspectives. The support has been amazing. Shah Fazli, tell us more about Finding Summerland. Anything you like, please. Page Blue, well, I like to think of the book as a journey, both metaphorically and literally. We all have questions about life, creation, death while we're here. This book explores all of these, in a method that ties in a lot of history, myth and folklore. What if you were slowly awakened to a world where the veil was lifted? How many of these questions could be answered? This is that story. Shah Fazli, interesting. What is the most romantic or most humorous part of the book? Describe one of the two, please. Page Blue, the most romantic part of the book is watching how tender and protective Wesley is with Olivia. He is a completely different person with her than he is with anyone else. He puts her on a pedestal before he even understands why she is special. They're true soulmates, and I think that comes through in the connection Wes has with her. Shah Fazli, do you have a setting for the book where this all happened? Page Blue, book 1 is set in Texas, where Wes lives with his family. It introduces Amaranth, which is where Olivia is from, deep within an inner-world ocean, but you don't see it in book 1, it is only setting the stage. The second book, Live Eternal, which will be out in December, will be exploring that further, along with a bunch of other great destinations such as Paris, Thailand and more. Lots of travel coming up. Shah Fazli, do you want to tell us a little bit more about Live Eternal, please? Page Blue, Live Eternal will pick up right where Summerland leaves off. In book 1 we're left with a paradox and aren't sure if Olivia and Wes can stay together. Book 2 deals with Wes trying to understand all this newfound knowledge and find a way to change fate and get Olivia back. There is a lot more action, backstories and drama because it has all been set up in book 1. Liveternal was way more fun to write, and I think the readers will enjoy getting some of their questions answered. Shah Fazli, thanks. Give us some tips about writing, please. Page Blue, write every day, write from the heart and stay true to your story. Not everyone will love your work, not everybody is meant to. The people who are meant to find it, will find it. Shah Fazli, thanks. It's been such a pleasure. Hope to see you again soon. Page Blue, thank you so much for hanging out. It was fun, and I'm looking forward to reading your book as well. Looks amazing. Peace. Shah Fazli, if you want to book your own live interview, join www.facebook.com/BEINTHESPOTLIGHT. Spotlight. Live Facebook interview with authors and readers. As an author you get the opportunity to interact with the readers. Ask for an interview by joining